For today's video, we will be going to talk about the 10 cars they must make again. Interested to know what these cars are? Just keep on watching. FD RX7. The Japanese tuner car superstar has traditionally opened the show for Mazda. The Mazda RX7 is arguably the automobile industry's most recognizable pillar. Is it the most attractive JDM automobile from the 1990s? Without a doubt, this FD-RX7 third-generation model features the tried-and-truly unstable rotary engine technology from Mazda. Since the performance-oriented rotary vehicles sold more than 800,000 units between 1990s and the early 2000s, it must not have been that horrible. However, the bangs and spits, along with the superb handling, instantly tuned it into a cult classic. The clever sequential turbochargers that essentially kept boost locked were what made it move. It was a wonder, but it was only around till 2022. What if they brought something less frightening back though? At the 2015 Tokyo Auto Show, Mazda teased the RX variant, which had a rotary engine. Honda S2000s. After being around for more than 20 years, the S2000s is still magnificent. You recall that it was filled with all these automotive goodies when it originally came out. You know, the tiny 4-banger that stung like a bee with its VTEC 2-liter and a 6-speed manual front engine with right-wheel drive. It aided this tiny engine's ability to soar up into the RPM range, generating 2 horsepower per cubic inch and reaching 9,000 RPM before requiring a gear shift. That Honda produced was pure art, and the chassis was equally as impressive as the engine. Sadly, the S2000s was discontinued in 2022 due to an automotive crisis. However, there have recently been rumors around the office water cooler regarding the new mid-engine hybrid S2000s that is under development, because torque was one thing the original power plant lacked. And you've got to hold out some hope because Honda recently unveiled the new NSX, an engineering marvel that people both loved and disliked. However, since it's a supercar, Honda has room to produce a small rear-wheel drive convertible. Mitsubishi Eclipse. A pair of chucks and one of these Eclipses from the second generation. It ignited the tuner range in every country, and in that beast, in line 4, we are referring to the 4G63T. It's the stuff that breaks hearts and inspires dreams because it may be transformed into a monster that stalked the night. However, the heyday of Eclipse and two-stepping is already past, and it has replaced with this Eclipse, which resembles a crossover. Mitsubishi has taken an entirely new path. Therefore, it wouldn't be reasonable to bring back anything like the second generation. However, that would make for a fantastic evening similar to the blue oval Escort, which would be enjoyable by VR. De Tomaso Pantera. Alejandro De Tomaso, an Argentine, founded the Italian company De Tomaso, which was partially produced and designed in the United States. The Pantera was built in Italy and equipped with a Ford V8, giving the term American muscle a whole new meaning. And what's amazing is that they went from mock-up to manufacturing in less than a year. When it first came out, it was a fairly bold claim, and lately, these items have been in high demand. El Camino. It was this basic workhouse that could be brought with a casual 7.4-liter V8. The creation of a pseudo-car truck was not new, but you made a statement wherever you went. Some may even assert that if you drove a car, you presumably came from the closet. You presumably came from the closest trailer park. Ford Escort. Before being one of the most popular rally cars of its period and being amazingly lightweight, the Ford Escort made sense as a four-seater family vehicle with an appetite to just slay and a cool limited edition engine tuned by the one and only Cosworth. The remake of the 5th generation Ford Escort RS Cosworth homologation special, however, is something that anyone would like to have for an hour and would kick out of their garage. And with Ford introducing a facelifted model exclusively in China 2022. Pontiac Fiero. You received a mid-engine sports automobile that was constructed utilizing composite panels, which was novel at that time. But here's the thing, Pontiac's Mark I wasn't built on a big budget. In essence, it was a part of something extraordinary. Engine fires occurred on average once every 25 euros. This is 20 too many, and despite the fact that the Fiero was terrible, it should be brought back. MR2. The truth is that a car or truck would be a great in today's society because they are the most effective platform available. Bring an El Camino back then. But do you know what the pre-Porsche Cayman mid-engine sports car was? Quote unquote. It was a very dependable, attractive, and enjoyable to drive Toyota MR2. It's a fantastic dry road sports car, but in the wet, it had a lot of trouble with the infamous snap over steer because they placed the engine closer to the back. Although the third generation had numerous peculiarities and features that made it less than ideal as a daily driver, it nevertheless had a stunning appearance as a devotee. We prefer imperfect vehicles more, and there are reports that Toyota wants to collaborate with Porsche to bring the MR2 back. You get a really entertaining sports car thanks to Porsche engineering and Toyota durability. FJ Cruiser. All predecessors, FJs, and even Jeep Wranglers are subject to this tax. However, in general, the Toyota tax is worthwhile, and a used FJ costs a lot of money even with a lot of kilometers on it, particularly when you take into account that it is essentially just a 4th generation 4Runner with a new body on it. But as you are aware, the body speaks for itself. Although they stopped making the Legacy around 10 years ago, the design is a throwback to the original FJ40. There have recently been rumors about an electrified FJ Cruiser rebirth, and the fenderings of this vehicle are fantastic. Viper. In a way, it's romantic why the Dodge Viper was even invented. Chrysler discovered that they were losing ground to the other big three in terms of sales. In essence, they created a concept of race automobiles for the general people. Additionally, it was created in close cooperation with Carroll Shelby himself, and was roughly based on the Shelby Cobra. 30 years later, it was more of an exact ripoff. Anyway, the Lamborghini contributed to the creation of the massive V10 found in Gen 1. This vehicle, which was insane until it crashed, was essentially a race car for the highway. Dodge covertly shattered 13 production car truck records on its victory lap in 2022, demonstrating the insaneness of the Viper. Despite the fact that we long for the return of a 6th gen, this vehicle was street legal. So which car has brought your interest? And which car do you consider to be the worst? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to MIA Luxury Cars for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.